Constantino, pound for pound.
Constantino Garcia here with a quick message. Don't forget to click the link in my description to watch Vergil Ortiz versus Mean Machine this Saturday on DAZN.
How hyped are you? Obviously, there's going to be a tremendous crowd here. I feel like it's going to be a packed stadium like it was for the Hooker fight.
Look, I'm always excited when my son fights for him, but the crowds and all that, it doesn't change for me. I just take it as a fight. You know, if you get too excited of the crowds, and you feel like you lose focus. Mm-hmm. You know, when you get excited for something where you should, I feel like everybody should feel that where they should be, then you're kind of already content with what you have. So for me, it's just something normal that I feel like no matter what, he should be at.
Vergil, with Mean Machine on Saturday, Mean Machine's only loss is obviously to Terrence, and Terrence, I want to say, was a three-time world champion. Mm-hmm. I think at that point. Is that concerning at all for you, being this is only Vergil's 18th fight, and he's taking on such a big step?
No, it's not concerning for me. It's just more. It just shows the level that he's at. I mean, he's only 23 years old. I mean, he's fighting a guy that's. A lot of these guys are not willing to fight. I mean, that's just the truth. He's one of those guys that nobody wants to fight because how strong he is and how much experience he is. Two-time Olympian. I mean, to be a one-time Olympian, let alone two times Olympian, that's very hard. That's difficult, especially coming from where they come from, because those guys are like top Olympians. You know, that's pretty much their bread and butter. So, I mean, it doesn't concern me. Now, are we careful and respectful as to his talent? Yeah, we are, because you have to be. Only somebody who doesn't have common sense would be. But you know, we have confidence in my son, and you know, he has a lot more experience than what people, like I always say, he has more experience than what people think. You know, you can have all his experience, but he's been in the ring since he was a little boy, and that counts as ring experience as itself. All the sparrings that he does. I mean, my son used to spar every day. That's a lot of knowledge, you know, that being in there. So, but anyways, yeah, that's we're not concerned as in like the experience that he has, but you still got to respect it.
Senior, I understand that for the Hooker fight, he was at 70% because of the COVID residue. But is he at 100% now for this one?
I feel that he's closer to 100%. The reason, well, I don't want to say the reason. You know, he don't have no injuries or nothing like that. I just felt that, I guess some guys kind of pussed out on him, I guess, during sparring, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, when he fought Hooker, he was pretty sick. And when I mean sick, like, I mean, he wasn't positive anymore. He was negative, but you got to understand, like, you know, from his fight 4 weeks before is when he caught COVID. We both caught COVID, so you got to think 2 weeks of being sick, as in like
severely sick, yeah.
Positive sick, mm-hmm. Right? Then you're not sick anymore, but you're still sick.
Right.
You're still so the next week is the last week of sparring. So he goes from doing nothing to straight 12 rounds, full speed. His body's not recovering yet. Then you have the last week of draining yourself, draining weight. So he's already drained this whole month. He already can't sleep. Then he's already feeling sick. He can't eat. He can't run. He can't breathe.
And the timing.
And then the timing. And then to go. And then I personally wanted to cancel it. I didn't want him to fight. And he begged me. He promised me he would beat him. He promised I'd beat him. I'll beat him. Sometimes you gotta let them make their own decision. Sometimes. It's just one of those where you just got to find a win. This just happened to be one of the times that he begged me, and he convinced me, and I let him go. And like I said, for him to do what he did, being as sick as he is, there's people that, you go look right now, there's people that are canceling their fights, and they have it a month and a half or a month before. Yeah. This boy went into it sick like that. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. You know, he doesn't want to disappoint his fans, and he's real committed in what he does, and he believes in what he does, and we believe in him too. As hard as he works, you guys, people. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys seen it, but people out there don't see what he goes through. He puts himself just to to be the best as he can. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Talk about RGBA being split into two because there's two major fights. Franco fighting Maloney, the trilogy, and obviously your son's fight here. So obviously the team's kind of split between the two fighters.
Yeah, well, the Robert's over there with Franco against Maloney and Tulsa, and me and Hector and Pita and Big G. We're here. I believe Robert, Bam, and Chepe and Jesse, which is Franco's dad, is over there. It doesn't matter. It's for us. It doesn't matter. Me and Hector know my son. Obviously I know my son since he's born. Right. I've raised my son and I've trained him since he's a little boy. I still do train him. So there's nothing that just because I'm not in the actual corner, like in the ring, that doesn't mean that I'm not training him. I just prefer not to be there. I don't like to be in. I don't like to wear the whole voice thing. I'd rather be in the side. I don't have to be in there to know what's up. Right. But Hector's known him for a very long time. He's helped me since Vergil was a little boy. Pita, he's from the RGBA camp. He's around us a lot. So nothing really changes. We all still have the same mindset. We all adjust. We all pretty much know almost like when to talk, not to talk over each other. We kind of see the similarity, the same thing. We don't have, if he says something, I might see something else, or we might say the same thing. So I know whatever next I'm gonna say, I don't say what he says. Just kind of cover the small little details. You don't give out too much instructions because too much is too much. It just comes one ear right the other. It's just more the small details is what you look for. And me and Hector are real good at that, at the small details. And Pita.
Vergil, with Junior, I want to say moved up to 47 officially, like kind of kept fighting there in 2019. Mm-hmm. His last fight at 140 was in 2018. But he's still a young guy, he's still growing. Do you think his landing place will be 154 eventually? Or how far away are you from a move, do you think?
He might be going to 54 pretty soon. Who knows? I don't know. It just depends on his body. We were at 140. We started at 140. And the only reason we actually moved up to 147 is because when they offered us the Herrera fight, Herrera and them said, there's no way we're fighting at 140. You're going to have to move up or we're not going to fight you. I was like, okay, that's not a problem. My son can, eat more and that's fine. So we moved up because they demanded for us to fight at 147. So then once we moved up, then we also saw, well, there's nobody at we're not going to get a shot at nobody at 140. Because Vergil should have been a champion at 140. Yeah. So we're not going to get a shot at 140. And you can hang at 147 for so long, and if you're not going to get a shot, then you can't sit here and dwell on your career for other people. You can't sit here and just wait and waste your career. If you got to move up to 154 and grab a belt, then you have to. But I'm not going to sit here and wait for these guys at 47 who are not fighting each other. Move up at 154 and not fight each other. It's the same shit. Yeah. It's the same shit. Yeah. You don't fight each other here. You're not going to fight each other here. Just scoot over. Let me go by. Right. So that's how we see it. So as long as he can make it comfortable and he can make it healthy, then that's what we'll keep him there.
I spoke to Egis right after the press conference. He's like, there's no way this fight ends by decision. It's either he knocks me out or I knock him out. What's your thoughts on that?
It just depends. First of all, I respect the guy, Egis. I think he's a good fighter. He's a strong fighter. He's expecting a war, and it's gonna be one. I'm sure there's gonna be one. But if that doesn't mean just go out there and go reckless and man, I'm gonna take a chance and like a I'm probably gonna get knocked out, but I'm gonna throw this in there. It's not gonna be like that. My son's gonna be smart and still use his thing, and he's gonna hold his own. And there's times that you might have to backpedal for a second to set something up, or there might be times that you just have to go all out and show him that this is me. I control this. You just never know. Sometimes you got to give just a little bit to receive, to give a lot more or to receive. So it's going to be a war, but I think it's going to be a smart way.